Hey guys, welcome back to another Virgo Girl recommendation. Today's recommendation is none other than Girl Interrupted. And I'm really surprised that I haven't done this video sooner. It's just even the thought of putting this video together today, I'm thinking like, what the heck was I thinking? I should have done this. This should have been like one of my first videos. But at any rate, here we are. This movie, first of all, when it comes to Girl Interrupted, can we talk about acting? When it comes to acting, there's acting and there's acting, like where that person left everything on the table. And when it comes to Angelina Jolie, I really like her, just like Angelina Jolie overall. However, when it comes to movies and just being able to totally tell and totally feel like she just left everything on the table, I'm gonna go with Girl Interrupted and her movie Gia. Those two movies were so just impactful and just so like deep. It was obvious that she was really, really, really in character for those films. And that's not to take anything away from any other film she's been in, because I've seen her play characters that are totally different from, her, from who she is, what she presents to us and what we know her to be. I've seen her play roles that are like totally different from her personality, if you will. And it just seems to me though that in those roles, and the roles I'm thinking of, with Gia and Girl Interrupted, the reason why I mentioned those is because I feel like she was so raw. Every other movie, of course, she digs in, she gets into character, but that she's a great actress, so of course. But on these two films, I feel like there was just so much more there. I feel like she just really went there in these movies. So back to Girl Interrupted. Now, Girl Interrupted, one thing about this movie, if you want to see a movie that is just fantastic, watch it. Of course, it's fantastic. But if you want to see a movie so you can really see what all the hype is about Angelina Jolie, basically, when it comes to acting, you really want to see her acting chops, her range, all that, watch Girl Interrupted. And also, I'll give you a bonus, watch Gia. And you will see why that lady is still on top after being in the business for, I think, 20 years or 25 years or however long she's been in the business. Yeah, I think it's more towards 25 years. I think she's been in this business like 25, maybe 30 years. She's been around for a very long time. But now, when you watch those movies, basically you know why. Girl Interrupted was so fantastic. And the thing about it is, it's not just Angelina that was good in there. Now, she was fabulous, but the other, her co-stars were amazing as well. Like, it's hard to believe that movie wasn't like more like just real characters as opposed to people acting, and that's how good they did. You felt like you were there. I felt like I was back in the 60s, and with the way things were set up, with the way people were treated, just everything. I loved Whoopi Goldberg in this movie. I thought she did a fabulous job, and I loved her banter with Angelina Jolie, the little back and forth they had. I also thought Winona Ryder did a fabulous job as well. She played one of the lead roles as well. As a matter of fact, it was Winona Ryder's movie, but Angelina Jolie's part was so good that it ended up eclipsing Winona Ryder's role, which was just wow. That says something, when you do so well that it kind of just takes over the person's movies who it was, because the lead character was supposed to be Winona Ryder's character, really. It was her story when they were telling her story, but Lisa was just a person that was a part of her story. Just, that's it. But the whole story was supposed to be about Winona Ryder. Well, Angelina Jolie did so well that you would have thought that Angelina Jolie was just the star. And that's not taking anything away from the other actors. It's just the fact that you got to give her props. That was some damn good acting, and she did an amazing job. She definitely deserved that Oscar. 1,000,000% deserved that Oscar. So that is what I call exceptional acting. Perfecto. But at any rate, so in the movie, Angelina Jolie plays this kind of polarizing is the best way I can think of it, person in this movie. She is like the type of person that in the movie, she was the type of person that didn't have a filter. She just said, right, what came to mind. If your feelings get hurt, then that's your problem, kind of thing. You know, she was just straightforward. And here's the thing. When you have someone who is like Angelina Jolie, and, you know, I'm sorry, she was straightforward. I said straightforward. I meant she's straightforward. That's what I meant to say about her character. The character was very straightforward with everything. Like, if you had on some shoes she didn't like, boom, your shoes are ugly, kind of thing, you know? There is no sugarcoating it. She definitely was not a people pleaser at all. She was the opposite of a people pleaser. And the movie, but the thing about it is she was real. That was the whole point. The point of the movie is she was very real, but she just didn't have a filter and no type of, you know, tact. She just said whatever, and that didn't always work out for the best, especially when you're in a mental institution, because you have people a lot of them who are fragile and who are dealing with all kinds of mental issues and things like that. So that's what you're dealing with on this movie. In the movie, Brittany Murphy's also in the movie. You know, rest in peace to her. But she also was in the movie, and she did an amazing job as well. I mean, I felt like Brittany Murphy, she may have not gotten the credit she deserved for that movie, because, like I said, Angelina Jolie's part was so such a standout performance, that the other girls kind of like got kind of left in the shadows a bit because Angelina Jolie did so well. But they also did a fantastic job. I thought Brittany Murphy played the hell out of that role. I loved her in that role. And there were other people too. Actually, I can't think of her name right now. I'm going to have to look it up. But the lady that plays on Handmaid's Tale, it's funny, she was on there as well. And one thing about this lady, she is just she's a great actress. I've seen her on other movies that she did prior to Handmaid's Tale, and every movie that I've seen her in, I feel like she does a good job. You know, she always does a great job. Her name is Elizabeth Moss. I just looked up her name, but she's in there, but she's just really young. She's a little kid on there because the movie is super old. I think it came out in like the 90s. So Elizabeth Moss is on there. That may have been one of her first roles, but she was very young, but she did an excellent job. She plays a kid who had a burn on her face. So, you know, somehow she has like something happened with her. I won't go into details just in case you guys, for those of you who haven't seen that, I don't want to spoil it. But she has like a burn on her face and all that. So she plays a child that has, you know, that to deal with. And also, another factor of the movie is it takes place in a time where women weren't really able to, I guess, be as free, if you will, as they are in today's time. So it's interesting to see how certain things are looked at. Like certain things are frowned upon that they did as women, whereas today maybe not so much, or, you know, it wouldn't be as big of a deal. But it's just funny how the Winona Ryder's character, how she was living her life, kind of like it's what kind of set her up to be in the mental institution in the first place. And the fact that she was there for that, I mean, nowadays, would that happen? Probably not. Most likely, I'll be willing to say no, it wouldn't. So because of the times they were living in, everything was looked at as bad, as, you know, risque and things like that. So that was kind of funny too. Bottom line, listen, this is one of my favorite Angelina Jolie movies. I just feel like she nailed it. Nailed it, nailed it, nailed it. I also feel like it's a great example when you watch that movie. It's just a great example of what a magnificent actress she is. Like, you can't take that away from her. And again, that's why you see she's still on top. Even till this day, she's still on top. And she will remain on top because she just has talent, 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 talent. And when you have talent, it's like no one can take that from you. You know, that's something a person can't take from you. A lot of times I think Angelina makes the movies she wants to make. You know, that's one thing about Angelina. I don't think she's out here trying to make a movie that's gonna do whatever. She makes what's important to her, and that's cool because she's at the point in her career where she can do that. But I will say I really, really would love to see another movie from her that is more like her being intense, just kind of like this movie of Girl Interrupted. I just want to see her back with a character that's kind of intense, kind of like crazy, kind of wild. I would love to see her play another character like that. Just a very intense character. I just want a movie like that from her. That would be so cool. And hopefully she can play another movie where she's kind of doing something based on a true story. But I'd love to have her play someone who was just wild and crazy. You know, sex, drug, and rock and roll. Something crazy. I would love to see her do that. I can't think of who she could do, but I think whatever she does in that realm would be so welcome, especially to her long, long, long time fans who've been around, you know, from the beginning of her career. I just feel like it would be so cool to see that again. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.